just joyous. It's just joyous. Now, the fact that Jimmy has been busy doing my craft room, I feel bad. Like, when can you hang my lights for my... When can you hang my cards? I don't. I'm fine. He's doing lots of things for me, and I hope that I'll be able to stand by myself in a few days, and I'll be able to do it myself. And this way, I'll be the way I want it anyway, which is good. I'm trying to think about that as encouragement. Be like, every time I'm not getting frustrated that it's not getting done because he's doing so much. And I don't want it to ever seem like I'm disparaging my husband or getting down on him. When I talk about his ADHD and his learning disabilities, I'm not disparaged by it. I knew who he was when I married him. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't offend him. It's just a matter of like how we're learning to live with it, how I'm learning to support somebody with ADHD and be supported by somebody with ADHD. And do I feel like I self-diagnosed my ADHD? In a way, yeah. I mean, I was never professionally diagnosed, but there are ADHD psychiatrists and psychologists and therapists on social media that basically tell me that everything that I've ever gone through in my life has kind of been from ADHD. So the excessive talking, that's the most recent, one of the experts, a lot of the experts have ADHD. So I just tell you that. Then they become psychologists and psychiatrists and stuff, specializing in people with ADHD because they can sympathize. Makes perfect sense. But one of the things, the most recent, and is like, she was diagnosed at 30. I think she's like 42 now. She was diagnosed at 30, and on her report cards were always that she was in gifted programs, but she talks too much. I was like, wow, raise your hand type of thing, And I do remember when I was in second grade, I think I told this story before, but I'm sorry, forgive me if I did, or I'm not sure who I told it to. I might have been talking to one of my friends, or talking to 2,000 of my friends. When I was in second grade, I was in a dual class, Rolla and Rowan. Now, all the time, I had a problem dealing with patience for people who didn't get stuff the first time. Now, oddly enough, I ended up working with adults with developmental disabilities as an adult. But when we were in school, if the teacher said, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, and Schoolhouse Rock played in my head, and I already learned all this, and she had to go over it and over it and over it again with the kids, and especially having the two double classes, it was like twice as many kids that didn't get it. So I was permission to get up and go into the back of the classroom, and I was singing and dancing in the back of the classroom. My teachers nicknamed me Ann Margaret. Because that's what I would do, I'd sing and dance in the back of the classroom. I know now. I do, I know now. I didn't know then. Then I was just a creative mind. She's a very creative mind. She doesn't apply herself, though. She doesn't do her homework. And now I know as an adult that could possibly have ADHD, the reason I never did my homework at home is because my home environment was so not conducive to concentrating. Concentrating for individuals who can concentrate, never mind concentrating for people who have ADHD. That's, no. Nope. My TV was on 24 hours a day. When it was the 70s and the TV shut off in the middle of the night, it would still be like on. You would hear like national anthem, and then you'd watch the broadcast colors. Gosh, I remember when TV went 24 hours a day. It was like the most amazing thing. Anyway, so I don't disparage my husband talking about him. Sorry if you feel that way. I love him to the depths of the earth. We've had our problems, but I love him. And it's just when I talk about him, I talk about how I'm dealing with him. It's not about him. It's not about him. It's about me and how I'm dealing with him. And apparently now he's on Instagram sharing me videos because it keeps popping up. He's supposed to be vlogging, not be on Instagram. No, I'm teasing him. But getting frustrated with things like this, like I've been asking for this to get done for a long time. I've asked that to get done for a long time. But you know what? I'm at the point where I'm just like a few days to a week, however long the doctor wants me to just take it easy still, or do physical therapy on the right leg. I'm not that close to getting it done myself, doing it myself. I get my shoulders with the therapy, with the radiation therapy. My shoulders are amazing. You can see that the left one is still a little favory because it was a lot more cancer and it was in a lot more pain. But the fact that it can go up at all, kind of crazy. It's just, so I'll be able to do all the hammering and the lifting and the nailing and all the things myself. Look, bat wings. Oh my Lord, Lee. Oh my Lord, peoples. Did I ever think it was going to get like this? I wish COVID wasn't a thing. I'd really like to join Planet Hollywood. Planet Fitness, because Planet Hollywood was a video store that's closed. I want to say that statement all over again, like a person who doesn't have brain fog. I sure wish COVID wasn't a thing, because I'd really like to join Planet Fitness for free and $10 a month. Especially when it's this cold out. I'd love to be able to like drive to the gym and walk around inside, where it's not going to cost me more than $10 a month. Because if I walk around to the store, I spend money I don't have, or I shouldn't be, or buying things that I have no room for. My husband always says, "You got no room for that." Buy some more Viking stuff, and we'll talk about how much room we have. Just kidding. I've been jonesing popcorn ever since the doctor told me to lay back on the keto. I've been jonesing popcorn. And last night we were watching a movie and I was like, I just really want popcorn. What else do I have that's not popcorn? And I have these, Aldi makes these everything keto crackers. They basically have everything bagel seasoning on them. Not enough for me, to be honest with you. They're good. And what I do like about them is they held up to the cheese spread, but they were able to like really crumble as I started to chew them, which helps with the textures in my mouth. If something's too hard and it scratches up my mouth, it's not good. So last night I had them with the port wine cheese spread that we got for Christmas, and we got to have at Christmas, but we never actually had it. And I miss charcuterie boards with my husband, but me and cheese are on odds with each other. Maybe if I continue to have downstairs issues from the chemotherapy, I can have cheese again. Actually, I was just having too much cheese. I can have cheese. Cheese is binding. I can have cheese. I just have to have everything in moderation, Jerry. I was going cheese crazy for a while there. I won't lie. These aren't good cups to drink out of. Actually, they are if you drink them like this, because this front corner makes like a spout. But still, it's my mouth. It's not the cup. I do that to every cup. That's what I meant. They're making improvements in town. Not everybody's happy about it. My husband is not. Right by where he works at the college, they're putting a roundabout down the main state route, and because they're extending like more college buildings, they're gonna make it easier for like the college kids to get across there. However, that being said, I think the main reason is to get people to slow down. They drive way too fast on that street. And all the traffic lights in the world not gonna slow people down. But a roundabout will. This will be roundabout number 5 in the city. Oh. That was weird. Oh, because I said city. I don't know. My digital assistant on my phone just lit up like I was talking to it. Anyhow, I'm glad we got to talk about other things besides cancer today. City construction. They built the Jimmy John's drive-thru. I love it. They're building something on Highway 72. I don't know what it is. They're converting a gas station into a really pretty building. I don't know what it is. They're building the new Aldi, and across the street they don't have anything. And I hope they put a big, giant, brand new Dollar Tree in there instead of having it by Walmart. Just saying. It'll like, if they did that, which I highly recommend they do that. But if they did, there would be their own standalone building that would be bigger, which is great because the one we have here is kind of small for the fact that it's the only one in 30 minutes in each direction. As a matter of fact, if you go north, it's the only one for way more than 30 minutes. But on the highway, there's 30 minutes in each direction, or 25 minutes if you go down to Salem, which is really west down to Salem, went across to Salem. That one's about 25-30 minutes away. The one we have here feeds a lot of people, and I mean it really serves a lot of people, and it just needs to be bigger. It just needs to be bigger. See, now my leg is starting to hurt, and it's up, and it's not dig. Oh, like I said, it did slide down and dig a little bit. Sorry. Oh, crap. Anyway, yeah. So that would be great if across from Aldi's they put the new Dollar Tree. I think they should do that. I didn't hear that they were doing that. That's my dream. But Aldi's is actually going to be closer to me, which is great. The street that we live off of, basically the main highway that the neighborhood opens up to, is where the road that Aldi's is going to be, but it's going to be up towards the main drag that goes through town. That being said, the more they do on Highway 72, the better. That's all. It's better for the town. It's better for the taxes. Some people don't like progress just for the sake of progress. Dolores Umbridge. But, it's progress. It's like, let's do it. Let's go. Move forward. Let's improve, make improvements. Yeah. I'm really excited about it. And the Aldi, there really isn't, I don't think there's an Aldi in St. Robert. And I don't think there's an Aldi, I think there might be one in Sullivan. But our Aldi serves a lot of people. It's funny because I mentioned north. I didn't even mention south. There's like nothing south forever. For like ever. So that too. There's no Dollar Tree south forever. There's a Dollar Tree in Houston, if I'm not mistaken. And Houston is about an hour away from here south. So, yeah. Actually, that's a nice Dollar Tree. We went to that Dollar Tree before. I've taken you guys there before. On our way home from Texas. Sometimes on a long road trip, even with Jim as a navigator, I need to be as close as an hour away from my house and get out of the car. Because it's not about being an hour away from the house and getting out of the car. It's about getting out of the car and waking up and being alive and it gets late and I'm tired and I just need to do something different. So I get out of the car, I walk around the Dollar Tree. I tell Jim 30 minutes tops. I set an alarm. I'll walk around for 30 minutes and I'll get to the checkout. I keep track of the clocks. I go to this clock. I go to the sections of the store that I like. Gosh, this seems like it was a million years ago. Oh. I'm not crying. You're crying. Shut up. Shh. Anyway, it does seem like it was a million years ago. But that's what I would do. But I've been to that store before. My point is that my little town, city, really does serve a lot of people, more than just the people in the town, in the city, because it's a city. So, hi everybody. I just wanted to jump on here. This is tonight. This is Monday night. Forgive that I'm not dolled up, or as dolled up as I ever get. I'm sorry about the background noises, because I was just sitting here. Jimmy was reading me comments and just answering some questions. So I thought I would just add to this video, since we talked a little bit about not cancer. One question I had, and I'm going to start a picture here, is about my leg. So my leg is wanting to swell up when I sit, not only with the brace, but even like when I sit with my feet up, it still wants to get swollen. I was gonna say, when the brace digs into it, it causes like the water to collect below, and then even if I hike up the brace, it still can just get like swollen. I tried to work with my husband today in the craft room, and I'll show you the picture here. Last night, when I stayed in bed all day yesterday, relaxing it and resting it, that's the picture on the top. And then that was like it was late last night. I forgot to check it, and that's why he's got his flashlight. I think it was like 10 o'clock last night. And then the picture on the bottom is from, I think, 4 o'clock this afternoon, after about, no, 2:30 this afternoon, after about 5 hours of sitting up. I sat up in the chair for about 4 of those 5 hours with my feet on an ottoman. And the other hour I sat in the rollator out in front of the office. You could just put that down for me. I appreciate it, and I love you, and thank you, and have fun.
Bottom's hot.
Thank you. Did you see any other questions, Jim, about like my brace and why I sit on the bed? Or do you have any other questions that you remember?
No, off the top of my head, no.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure before you walked out. I have just the ones we talked about. So, okay. The other question that I had was, somebody had suggested to film more of me doing my PT and OT. Well, I don't really have OT. OT is me taking a shower now, because OT in the hospital was mainly like self-care stuff. But there is some, like the occupational therapist, mostly was like working with managing life around the brace. So it's not really OT stuff to show you, but there is PT stuff to show you. Now, I filmed me doing PT when I first got home. I don't know you guys were all that interested. It's the same stuff that they've given me every day. It's not as easy to film, because usually I'm doing my PT when Jim's vlogging. So usually I'll do my PT in bed before I get up and sit in the chair to vlog. And Jim's in his office usually vlogging or doing whatever he's doing. So I'd have to actually get him to come in and film me doing my exercises. But I didn't know you guys were that interested, to be honest. There's not very much different than you've seen already. So it's just, they gave me a couple of pages worth of different exercises to do in my wheelchair or sitting, and to do standing at like the walker or the rollator. So I can do that for you, absolutely. My leg is getting much stronger, and I'm in much less pain regularly. The other question that someone had was about that I would look like I'm getting depressed because at the rehab I was much more happy and high-spirited. The main difference really is like I'm back on chemotherapy. if you are unaware or if you don't remember, I stopped the chemotherapy November 1st so that I can have my surgery on the 10th of November. I continued my chemotherapy on December 15th. So I went basically like 5 or 6 weeks without it. Actually, it would be 6 weeks without it. It'd be 7 weeks without it. Regardless. But obviously not having the chemotherapy, which is pretty much poison in your body, makes you feel better. And of course I was tired. I have plenty of vlogs from the rehab where I was exhausted from doing all the work. So, but of course I'm happy. First of all, I'm a social being. And the fact that I'm around people, I was around people that I really enjoyed. I got to meet new people every day, or practically every day. My husband was stress-free from taking care of me. He was working every day and he was still taking care of Mom, but you didn't have to worry about toileting me or feeding me or any of that stuff. So that made me feel also a little more relieved than I am now. And I'm not depressed about it now. I feel really bad. And I'm truly, truly sympathetic to it, because I did take care of my dad, and I know exactly how taxing it is on you. We do have very different perspectives, him and I, on caring for others, but it's still taxing. So, there was about the brace, about the leg, there was about the depression and the physical and the physical therapy. So if you guys do want to see me do more physical therapy or record myself doing physical therapy, go ahead and let me know. She also mentioned just doing like other things. Well, I do have like filmed clips of me and Jim doing like working on the craft room. I just haven't shared that with you yet because I want that to be like a series for the week, like a week-long series. So we're not quite done, so it's not really quite ready for me to share. But I do have stuff of me doing work. I'm up and doing work. But yeah, I'll show you guys whatever. It just, to me, I think it's much more interesting to just talk to you than it is to watch me do leg lifts. Foot slides. Do 25 foot slides on both feet. Do 25 angel kicks on both feet. It's boring. It's boring to do. I can't imagine it's fun to watch. But I'll do it for you if you want. What else? Like I mentioned, I do have some footage of us. I do have my brace on. Because one time I was in the thing and somebody was like, "You shouldn't have a brace on." I was like, "Yeah, I do. It's just not up to my chin anymore." I do have some footage of me, organizing some stuff in the kitchen. But really, it comes down to a few things. It's like, it's hard to navigate my wheelchair around the room. The rollator is a little bit too high for my leg. The wheelchair does have a leg lift, but with the leg lifted on the wheelchair, and the fact that I sit back so far on the wheelchair, I really can't do any work. That's just like a better seat. That's really what it is. I'm hoping that if I get to keep this wheelchair, which I think I do, I'm not really 100% sure about insurance, then I'm going to switch it out for a new one on Wednesday. So the lady said, call me the day before and I'll have yours ready to go. So I do use my own wheelchair when I go to like therapy and stuff. When I'm able to walk, I might still use it because the immunotherapy isn't so taxing. But that day that I go, you basically go in on the ground floor, check in, go up to the 3rd floor, see the doctor, get accessed, go see the doctor in the back, come back up front, go downstairs, go into your therapy room, which is in the back. You get to sit for a while after that. And just to be safe, I think we'll take the wheelchair. But if I feel good enough to walk, I can use the wheelchair like a walker, which I can do, which is fine. I put all my stuff in it and I just walk with it. And we'll see what the doctor actually says, though. We'll actually leave that up to him since he's the expert. Now, that was the other question. So somebody said, that I'm not, oh, they asked me if I was not doing leg strengthening exercises on my right leg. And I was like, no, I am still non-weight bearing, not weight bearing on my leg. So I am doing range of motion exercises to keep the muscles limber, but I'm not doing any strengthening on that because I can't use that muscle. I can't really engage that muscle as much as I would need to support my 328 pound frame. Yes, that's right. I said 328 pounds because that's what I weighed this morning. Bravo me. But anyway, so I know that the right leg isn't supposed to bear any weight. So doing weight bearing exercises is not something I can do. So and I could show you if you want, one of the exercises, or just a few actually, is I stand at the rollator and I kick my butt. And then I can stand at the rollator or the walker and I can like angel kick out. Then I sit in the chair and I can do the foot pumps, and I can lay in the bed and do like the foot slides and the angel slides and the leg lifts and the knee lifts and all those things. So that's what I've been doing on my right leg. Excuse me, that was rude, but I just finished eating dinner. And the other thing is the swelling. So I think I mentioned before that when my leg is swollen, the stitches by my knee feel like they're quilted. So basically they swell between the stitches. So it looks like this. And I kind of tried to get a picture of it. I don't know that the picture is super successful, but you can tell, I think, in the bottom picture. And after a day of resting and keeping my leg elevated, I can't even feel the stitches. All I can feel are the 4 or 5 little cuts or wounds on there. So I want to talk to him about that when I go there on Wednesday. And I don't want to do anything to make him like say, hey, by the way, you should just take it easy. I really want him to let me to go ahead and start doing things. But I also don't want to mess it up. I still have tumors in my thigh. One of them that was fractured, and there's another one up there. Now, granted, they do have the rod or the nail supporting them, but that doesn't mean that nothing's going to happen to them. And I also still have a tumor in my left hip, and there's one in my left knee, and there's a lot of things I still have to be careful about. I want my life back, but I also am trying to be patient with myself. I hope that you guys can be patient with me too. If you are interested in seeing my journey on this channel every day, I could just check in with you guys like once a week, and I could just go back to vlogging on the vlog channel, which I'm more than happy to do. Just so many more people here seem to be interested in what's going on. So that's why I tried to leave it up here. But I can go back to vlogging on the vlog channel, and I'll be fine with that. Everybody who follows me there comes here too. So, and the other thing is, last thing is, I have 2 appointments this week. I have surgery in St. Louis on Wednesday, and I have immunotherapy in the oncologist on Thursday. And then next week, Jimmy goes back to work on Monday and Tuesday. Sorry about that. I am hyper salivating. And it's causing me a lot of issues this week. So, Tuesday, after Jim gets off of work, I have to go to Lebanon to the eye doctor for my shots. I would like to talk to him about how long that's going to go because, forgive me, guys. Sorry. I do want to talk to him about how long that's going to go because I'm not noticing any difference. So we'll see what he says. That being said, I'm sorry to make this vlog, a long vlog, even longer, but I hopefully answered all the questions you guys had for now. And if you have any more, just go ahead and ask me, or you can again contact me on social media. That's where I got most of these questions from, Instagram and Facebook Messenger, my Facebook business page Messenger. So go ahead and let me know if you have any other questions for me. Okay. I would love to address them to you. I don't always remember what's pertinent, and of course what's pertinent to everybody. some people, everybody comes in with their own experience, and then people think of things that I don't think are important, but they think they're important. So then it comes to their mind, not mine. So I won't share it unless somebody brings it to my mind. So go ahead and ask me all you want. Okay. All right. I love you guys. But I like to just end this vlog again with saying that, remember, you are loved, because I love you. I'm so grateful for each one of you to be here. Whether or not your political views line up with mine, or your religious views line up with mine, or your faith is even in existence, whether you're an optimist or a pessimist, whether you have no children, a ton of children, you're a grandparent, you're a child yourself, whatever it is, I love you. Remember that. And I know I didn't even consider like your race or your sexual orientation, because I hope you guys know that that's an absolute, like that's not even a consideration, obviously. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking more about like politics and religion. I was even thinking about, of course, no matter what color you are, no matter who you love, and or if you don't identify with the gender that you're born with, I love you. It has been my mission, I believe, from Christ to love all people. And I'm trying. I'm doing my very best. All right, listen. Go. Have a great day. And as always, we'll see you next time. Bye.